another spirit-led discussion. Hello, peace to y'all, love and light. Oh, I don't have on any of my jewelry, any of my protection or nothing. Let me fix that. Hold on a second. And I am sleepy. It has been raining all day over here in Georgia. It has been raining and it is a sleepy, sleepy day. But now that we done got past all of the crazy and the distractions, can we talk about this now? And I'll be back with the other signs and y'all readings like tomorrow, okay? Or you can just schedule a personal reading with me. What I wanted to talk about is spirit walkers, okay? That's what I call them. Um, Other people may call them something different. Um, okay. The reason why I'm able to talk about this is because I am a spirit walker. So I know all about it. I do. I know all about it. In fact, before I came into and found my spiritual self, my spirits was pretty much doing it for me for years. Okay, for years. And so, you know, um, so what is a spirit walker? A spirit walker is somebody that deliberately comes into your astral space, and then some of them can even enter into the earthly plane. It depends on how good they are at doing it. Okay. And this is something that can either be taught to a person, which is a little bit more difficult, or it's something that they can pretty much be born with. They're just kind of born doing it. In fact, I believe um, that is the quote unquote shadow people that people are seeing. These are people that are of flesh and blood and bone, and they are walking around here, and they have the ability to spirit walk, shadow walk, right? And they can manifest themselves so eloquently to where you can see them. And most of the time, if you have a spirit that comes to you and it's an ancestor, you're not going to be freaked out most of the time. Like some people, it just freaks them out. It scares the hell out of them. And, they're just like, no, no, no. By the way, y'all see my cute little potion necklace. I'm going to use different cords because this one's kind of itchy. But I think that they are just adorable. Adorable. Um, this is what we need to be paying attention to. This is how people are able to get you because they know how to open up spiritual doorways to you to get into you. And so this is the reason why I began to offer the astral travel class. Okay. And, because that is how they are doing it, they are able to get into your astral and if you don't know anything about it and you've been like at spiritual warfare with somebody that knows what they doing, and it builds up for years and years and years, and the next thing you find yourself having to cleanse every nook and cranny of your home, which what a lot of people will do is they will just move. They'll just move. Y'all know in that movie Poltergeist where like it was in the closet, like the closet was like the doorway. Well, any area of your home can be a doorway. But in particular, when it comes to that, the reason why is because, you know, those evil people that was after the little girl and they was terrorizing and tormenting the family. Um, it is because they are like, just like in that movie, it's spirit walking. Those are spirit walk. Now, those spirits, presumably, when we look at that movie, we automatically assume that these were just ghosts, but it's not always ghosts. It could be a person doing that purposely. It's a possibility. Um, and so basically, what they do is they seek you out, them and their spirits. So if they have spirits attached to them that can eat off of a person, that can possess a person, they will do it. And what will happen is that if you don't know anything about it and you're at spiritual war with somebody, their spirits will just constantly be coming in and out, in and out, in and out. And these spirits always go to attics, closets, crawl spaces. They do. And, you know, they go there and they hide. So it'll be like a buildup or a collection of all of these spirits. Because in reality, when you look at the human being, a lot of people don't know what they're capable of, right? Human beings have the power to create what? Another person. Okay. And whether or not a person is fertile or not, like if they can have babies, has nothing to do with this. Okay. It could be a person that can't have babies, never had babies, but they have the knowledge of this. Hello, Deidre. They have the knowledge of this, and what? They may be one of them type of people that will invade you. Okay. And these are the spirit walkers. And typically they are they're kind of lazy. You know, I like to put physical work into things. Okay. That's just like, you know, when I'm making my potions, when I'm doing my candles, when I'm cleaning up before ritual, when I'm cleaning up after. I like physically doing things. You know what I'm saying? I've actually found myself, I've gotten to the point where I'm more physically active because I think that it's healthier for the body. Spirit walkers, to me, it seems like they have a lower life expectancy, though. And that's the bad thing about it. You know, and it's probably because of the sedentary lifestyle. Okay. Because they do a lot of things in spirit. And so the point that I'm making is that, like, you know, these people typically, you're not going to necessarily go to their home and see a altar. And I know I'm looking tired. I'm tired. I've been up since 4:45 this morning. So it's about that time. It's almost my bedtime. Okay. And my allergies have been kind of acting up today. It's almost my bedtime. I'm sleepy. So you're not going to go in their house and necessarily find a altar, because guess what? They're not necessarily witches. Spirit walkers are not witches. Okay. Now, a lot of men are spirit walkers. And I've known quite a few of them. I have in my lifetime that I've been here. And so it's not necessarily a witch, even though there's a lot of witches that do know about astral travel. It's a lot of witches that know about the spirit realm. It's a lot of witches that know a lot. They know a lot and they know how to do a lot. But it's not about them, necessarily putting a curse on you or whatever. They have the ability to travel to you and pretty much, cause whatever kind of damage they want to cause to you. So protection from that is key. Okay. Making sure that they are not able to access you is very important. And typically they're doing this for feeding purposes. Okay. They do it to feed off of others. You know what I'm saying? Which is very, very different from vampirism. To me, it's not the same thing. A vampire is a supernatural being that feeds off of blood, that drinks human blood, which to me is totally different than spirit walking and also energy harvesting. So the main aspect of energy harvesting, if you want to stop it, yeah, there's many rituals that you can do that involve simple ingredients that will cost you under $5. However, it is important to block people from accessing you. I'm curious, to make a long story short, I have a deceased husband and daughter, and I was hit by a car. Oh yeah, Deidre, you was telling me about that. September 1st, walking across the street. I was told by another psychic that my deceased husband is the one that did this. Do you think that he is a spirit walker? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that he is. Okay. But understand that it doesn't have to be a deceased person. That person could be alive and well. And, that's kind of why it's good for them to not know where you live. Like, I'm thinking about petitioning the government, which, I mean, really, honestly, it doesn't really matter. I had somebody ask me earlier today, why would God let that happen? Why? It's kind of best to not question it, but just educate yourself and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it sucks. Okay. And, anticipation from when they're going to try to access you. You can't always predict that because they're very unpredictable when they're getting ready to try to come to you. And so, a lot of the times they do this to take spiritual energy. Maybe the spirit walker does not like you. They have a problem with you. There is a such thing as them contracting to certain demons that I'm very, very well aware of and acquainted with, to try to snatch and steal souls. And so a lot of people are walking around here the victim of that. And I don't exactly know what they get out of it, because I feel I wouldn't feel comfortable with doing that, like it just, I don't operate that way. They don't have to have candles. They don't have to have electricity. They don't have to have any tools. There's no tools needed to spirit walk. To me, it reminds me a lot of the sleepwalkers, because, people's spiritual essence is what it is. You know what I'm saying? There are like there's a lot of people walking around here. They are factually supernatural beings. Okay. They're natural, but they're supernatural. Okay. But so are you. You just haven't tapped into that. So a lot of you guys that are extremely drained, you may have somebody traveling to you, or it could be a neighboring spirit that may be traveling to you through that person. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people that have a lot of control over it. They can do a lot to you. And what I was, and I don't know why I keep forgetting this, is that if they are able to astral travel to you, they may bring something with them. And the next thing you know, you have spirits all over your house. And like I said, these spirits, they lay in wait. They usually like to be up high in attics, okay? Attics and crawl spaces. So, like, for example, I live in an old character home. There is a little access door. It kind of reminds me of Coraline, the movie, that is in one of the bedrooms in my house. And every once in a while, I will stick my cauldron in there with an intent to flush everything out of there. Okay. Because what they'll do is they'll continuously travel to you. And then that's when you start to notice certain issues. They can be at a distance and remote control these particular entities that they've sent to you. Okay. They can do that. Okay. Because this was 1989 that I was with him, he thought he was Billy Idol. The minute I got off of the psychic reading, I got an alert that Billy Idol made. Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that. He's definitely like stalking you in spirit. Yeah. Who is this troll in here? Thank you, Alexandria. Hey, Kelly. Hello. Kelly always asks that. We're talking about the spirit walkers. You should be familiar with that, Kelly. Kelly's a very, very, very interesting person. I'm not going to tell her business, but she's very, very interesting. Yeah. So, you know, when spirit walkers get denied access, they freak out. You do have the right to block them, and you should, because they will steal your life force. And they will also bring other spirits with them. And so when, you know, it's almost like a trap that they'll set. And they, like I said, they can control these entities from a distance, you know, just by focusing on them and telling them what they need them to do. So it's important to get them out of your house. If you're not able to get to your attic or crawl spaces, if you're not able to get out of your, I can't remember what I was. Hold on a minute, guys. I'll be right back. It is important for you to go up in the attics of your house. I'm kind of weird and creeped out by attics. I really am. I'm telling you, I am. Man. But, you know, sometimes you do have to break down, get you a ladder, go up in that attic, set off a bomb up in there, which would be your charcoal and your copal, or either your frankincense and resin. So there's steps that you have to take. Cleanse yourself, cleanse your house, block them. Block them from accessing you, because they don't mind stealing vital energy from you. They don't mind doing that. And I think it's, you know, it's got something to do with drugs. Like, there's certain herbs that you can use that will, like when I was making this potion earlier, what I do, oh, here it is. I love these. I'm totally enthralled in them. The other one that I made for a client, because this is my necklace, but the one that I made for the client is a totally different color. It's so weird, even though I used seaweed in mine as well. It's so weird, y'all, how they can come out. They just come out different colors like that. But anyway, um, blocking them is easy, but I think that it's steps that you have to take, because what they've done is they have put so much out there, and especially if you were targeted, right? If you were targeted by a spirit walker, then you got a lot of cleaning to do. Got a lot of cleaning to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in every nook and cranny, because that's where they hide. They hide in the corners, they hide in the attics, they hide in the crawl spaces. They hide, and they will, depending on what that person wants, depending on what they want, what they want them to do. Mainly what they do is they kind of mess with your mind, but that's no joke for something to be messing with your mind, because your mind controls everything. Your mind controls what time you go to bed, what time you wake up. Your mind controls if you wake up, don't it? Well, God controls that. I'm still a believer in God, but that's just, I believe that we have like a source of energy, like a divine source. So there's a specific plan of action that you'll want to take. This is in addition to poppet curses people may try to put on you, psychic attacks, because dealing with a spirit walker is a very serious thing, though, because they will just access you whenever they feel like it, and they're banking on your ignorance. They want you to be ignorant. They do not want you to know what they're capable of doing. And so now another thing, a spirit walker can be a random spirit that could be coming in through the etheric. I'm not going to really speak too much about the etheric and how that works, because it's very, very complicated. And, but, you could have random spirits that we consider to be spirit walkers. That could be coming in too. So the way that you protect yourself, it's several different things. I think that, it's something that you'll want to cover all bases. Like, a lot of people don't realize that it's important to do several things. Okay. It's important to do several things. Especially like when I instruct you guys to do certain things to cleanse your house or your space. It's very important to do that, because people can be doing that. They could be spirit walking while they walking, breathing, exercising, screwing. It's just and it's just something that you need to be aware of, okay? Because I believe that there's a lot of people that are being oppressed by spirits. A lot of possessed people that are under possession. This is how a living being can possess you. And trust me, so I'm being honest. I'm a spirit walker as well. Okay. My mama was one, my grandmama was one. The only thing is that my grandmama, that lady loved me. She loved her children. She loved her grandchildren, great grandchildren. She was very, very serious about that. And when she died, a lot of people, how like when an elder dies, and a lot of people in the family, they just kind of go crazy, like, and so, and that's because she was protecting us so much when she was alive. Um, and she didn't use her gifts to harm people either. So, and I don't either. I don't use my gifts to harm people. Now, I will use my gifts for spiritual defense. Hell yeah. Yeah, I will. If you're trying to hurt me, if you're trying to do harm to me, my children, the people that I love, I'm very overprotective. I'll do it for my clients. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But some people have that gift and that ability, and they use it for evil. You know what I'm saying? For evil intents. And, next thing you know, it's crazy because have you ever been into it with somebody and y'all weren't getting along, and then all of a sudden somebody is, saying some weird stuff to you, and it's not that person, and you like, what in the world is this? You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't have anything against spirit walkers. Like, I have identified, like if I know you, I know exactly what your gifts are. I know exactly what kind of spiritual gifts that you have. And I ain't worrying about you because, my ancestors, they gonna let me know what to do about it. Okay. How do I cleanse and block? Should I use God? I use drugs, and that's how they got in me. Yeah. So there's many, many, many different things that you need to do. And, I think that some of y'all, depending on your bloodline, you have to do it every place that you go. Hollywood in a way has been trying to tell us this. When you watch those movies and it's like a happy-go-lucky couple or either a family and they're like moving into a new house. It's like, oh, the new house. And then all of a sudden they having all these issues and stuff is happening or whatever. And yeah, that's what that is like. I don't mean to sound cliche with my movie references, but in the spirit of Blade, he said, what did he say? He said, what you know about the world is a lie. What's hidden underneath is another world. It's the underworld. And so, it's not nothing that has to freak you out or whatever, because like I was having an experience earlier today that was crazy because I was making this potion and literally, the fumes, boy, I thought that I felt high as hell. I was like, whoa. And it wasn't I think that it was just an energy shift. It wasn't anything harmful in it or hallucinogenic. It was things like probably that mugwort I put in it. But I think that, when you feel a certain way and you do something, it can kind of knock your balance off the axle. And then, I've been having issues with this ear because of this tooth. And so, but yeah, be aware of that. And like, I control all of my spirits. Like, can't nobody say that I don't. Any spirits that would potentially harm me, cause judgment of me, a lot of those things, I took them and I buried them. I can access them if I need to, but I took them and I buried them because like like, you know what I'm saying? I have some spirits that are pretty, pretty, pretty ruthless, and I just don't let that happen. You know what I'm saying? If we having problems with our head, what should we do with your head? Oh, that's another thing. Spirit walkers, they like to crown you. And see, I don't like that because, that's what I was saying. This whole area right here, all of this, they don't care about your eyes, your nose, or even your mouth. Is this all the way going back to the back of your neck, your brain? That's what they're interested in. Okay. Usually. Sometimes some of them can have a sexual interest in you, which is another brain, right? You, our sacral chakras is, there's a brain in there, and that's why the testicles and the ovaries kind of resemble a brain, a little small tiny brain. So we got more than one brain in our body. We actually all are born with 3 brains. You know, whether or not you're a man or a woman, you're born with 3 brains. It's just that this brain up here is bigger than the rest of them. Okay. So, you know, it just depends on what you're dealing with. There is a ritual that I do with Hecate. But you got to understand that, like, when you've been feeling a certain type of way, or the longer you stay in that energy, when you finally resolve the issue, you have to ground yourself and balance yourself, because now it's something different. Now you're experiencing a different feeling. And like I said, my grandma protected me for years. Ancestral protection for years. You know what I'm saying? And but even some of the stuff that did get attached to me, like, it was an adjustment. It's an adjustment when you go from being oppressed by spirits or being abused by spirits, and then you're no longer feeling that. So then you have to get used to feeling and living another way, especially if you've been living like that for 30 something years. Okay. Already did soul and energy retrieval. Good. Yeah, I'm having that problem. What should I do? I love your videos. It's helped me a lot. I feel empty. It depends. It depends. And see, guys, I don't really give away that information, because guess what? Spirit walking can be extremely useful when dealing with negative, malevolent people. So that's why I don't give out that. I don't just give it out. I'm not going to give, I can't do that. Because people that mean to do other people harm, then I would be teaching them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to help them. I don't want to help those people. Okay, because some people deserve to get a visit from a spirit walker. Okay? Some people deserve to get that visit, the visit. So only people that I trust to give that information to, and they are sworn to secrecy about it. Okay? Yeah, they can use it for, well, we don't want to give evil any help. Okay? My nose is itching. We don't want to give evil people no help, man. No. No, because what they will do, because some people, like a majority of your evil people, they're not spirit walkers. They're just volatile. They can be, just bad people. They may even be doing some kind of spiritual work, but spirit walking is a totally different thing. Spirit walkers can be across the country, but they can be sitting in your living room within seconds. Within seconds. They can just, and sometimes some of them are so good that they will manifest themselves. They will manifest themselves. Okay. Like you'll see them. To me, that's what the shadow people are about. The shadow people that people can see. That's what I think that is. Okay. Is the spirit walkers. And so they will drive people crazy. And some people can magnify hundreds, thousands, even sometimes millions of themselves out there. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry for the belch, y'all. I was tired. I is so tired. But Spirit wanted me to come on here and talk to y'all. So, I teach that. Okay, I teach about the astral realm. I teach about astral protection. I'm not going to give an evil person any clues because some people are just evil. I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? Even it just is what it is. But my people that I look after, if we have a private conversation about it, then I will reveal that to you. Okay. And my spirit guides are very good. There's been a few mishaps or whatever, but they ain't been that big of a deal. But if you've been chosen to come and either get a class from me or whatever, that means that means that my spirits allowed you in. And I don't fear no man, no ma'am, no ma'am. I don't fear that because I feel that I'm right with God. So I don't have to be afraid to help you. Okay. But they can do a lot, you know what I'm saying? And those people that can remote view, there's people that can actually remote view you. Yeah, they can see everything you doing. They can remote view you. Okay. And usually that's another spiritual gift. Being a psychic is not just about doing private readings and personal readings for people. Psychics have a lot of spiritual gifts, and this is stuff that is not talked about too much. And so, this is how you end up with like ravens and demons and spooks and spirits and ghosts just all throughout your house. Like I said, the reason why they hang out in attics and why you'll hear certain noises. Okay, that's the first sign. You hear noises, and sometimes they will attract an animal in your attic. Which I had so how you can get a possum or something in your attic. Even though possums can be very scary, those are spirit guides. Those are spirit animals. You never know what that possum might be doing. That possum or that squirrel might be helping you out, right? That's just like when it comes to like stink bugs and stuff. We get a lot of them around here. And whenever I see a stink bug, even though I do, and I hate to say this, I do vacuum them up. If I see one, I'll vacuum it. But it's still a sign. That's why it showed up. It showed up to let you know that, somebody throwing a stink eye at you. Okay. So, but if you don't have any animals in your attic and you're hearing noises, okay, that's one of them spirits that got left behind from, from a spirit walker. Spirit walkers can, they do all kind of stuff. You ever look at the fly on the wall? You ever see one of them cookabugs? Because we get those over here in Georgia. Somebody told me that they're called palmetto bugs. Okay. Them big old juicy like roach looking things. And sometimes they can fly. They're like cicadas, but a lot of them can't fly. And you'll see one of them kind of waddling across the floor or something. And like spirit walkers, they can manifest themselves through nature, and they can work through insects and animals. So they can possess insects around you. So, for example, I've witnessed it, a person manifest themselves as one of those palmetto bugs, and it'll just be walking across the room, and it'll just look like it's looking at me. It's like, and you know how your dogs and cats and stuff, they be on it. They be like, what is that? And then, they go and they play with it, and they kind of go, oh, really? And, but I just go in and smash them and flush them down the toilet. Okay. So, they real slick. You ever see a spider and it just looked like it got it out for you? You like, why is that spider looking at me? It You know that saying, if I was a fly on the wall, spirit walkers can be a fly on your wall. Very, very strange phenomenon, but it's very possible. Well, it is possible. It's a very, very real thing. So I believe that there's certain bugs that they can't possess. Now, earlier today, I saw something that I've never seen over here. It's one of them stick bugs. It was outside, just kind of stuck to the house. And them things look just like a stick. And they scare the hell out of me because why are they so well camouflaged? You know what they plan on doing? Right? I don't know why my head is itching. Hey, Jen. Hello. So be on the lookout for those. And protect yourself from them. You can protect yourself from them. And a lot of people that know their spiritual capabilities, you know what they'll do? They'll just be like, I can do this and I can do that. And, they'll just think, they act like they just got the leg up on you. But you know what they are. You know what they can do. And I do think it's a bloodline thing. I think it's rarely talked about. I think it's rarely talked about. I think that it can be confused for shamanism. Shaman is a totally different thing than a spirit walker. And, I believe that y'all know in that movie, The Entity, and that lady was getting raped by that spirit. I don't think that was a spirit at all. I think that what they were really saying, because if you notice, she was a single woman with a couple of kids. So that was her ex. That was her ex, y'all. Those cinnamon brooms kind of made me a little itchy. I had to take them in the kitchen. I got one of them over there, so yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's and I would say that they are the biggest threat. I would say that they are the biggest threat. Now, I personally feel like if you have a gift like that, like, why don't you use that gift to, like, actually help the world and help people? Like, that's kind of my feeling about the situation. But again, I don't think that you have to go like, okay, on Monday I'm gonna be evil, and on Tuesday I'm gonna be nice, and on Wednesday I'm gonna be evil, and on Thursday I'm gonna be nice, and on Friday I'm gonna be evil, and Saturday no. What they mean by being balanced and being dual is being consciously aware of who you are, what your gifts are, and using them in case you need to defend yourself. So, for example, being that I will admit I am a spirit walker, I will use those gifts to protect myself. So, in other words, for example, if one of my kids need me, okay, I can be right there within seconds. Okay. And, it is very kind of like, I don't know, like, it's an interesting thing, you know what I'm saying? And so, but I think that what you do have to look out for is people that are adversaries. Okay, that's just like vampires. Vampires have other vampires that they don't get along. Witches have other witches that they don't get along with. You know, every supernatural being, has a tendency to not necessarily get along with their kind. Okay. So, as a fellow spirit walker, I can honestly say that, and I hate it. Like, I haven't experienced it. Thank the gods. Oh. Thank the gods I haven't experienced it, because in a long time, because I have had some pretty horrible experiences. And after you've been through that and you learn hard lessons, it does take you a while to just adjust back, right? To because it's kind of like, it's spiritual trauma. You know what I'm saying? It is a spiritual trauma. And it ain't always, well, it ain't never good to have spiritual trauma. And I'll be, look at this scaredy cat. And she jumping at the door. But yeah, so, and see, you can tell because we got 15 in the chat. Hit the thumbs up. And you can tell that, we got some spirit walkers in here. They mad right now, because it's just that some people, they just, and even though I'm not a big fan of certain things in the Bible talks about it. Everything that you read in the Bible is metaphorical for spirit. Everything that you read in the Bible. When they talk about, when they say forgive those that have trespassed upon you, but when they say trespass, what do they really mean? That's trespassing, okay? Yeah, they are. Well, some of them are in here. Thank you for thumbs up. We got, because they, if it hit the thumbs up, if you're not Jezebel spirit. Yeah, so just keep that in mind and, make sure that you're protecting your family. So a lot of the times when you're dealing with a spirit walker, they can sort of be planting their seeds. And sometimes it can take years for them to plant those seeds, for them to build up and grow. And the next thing you know, you're having a full-fledged spirit attack. Okay, next thing you know. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, y'all. So, yeah. And, spirit walkers are not always bad. They're not always bad. I personally think that some of them are, they can even be incarnated angels. It would make sense for somebody that's an incarnated angel to also be a spirit walker. Okay? And you just never know what you're doing at night when you're asleep. You just really never know. Okay? Unless you're recording yourself. You know what I'm saying? I think I would be freaked out if I were to. I'd rather, because I can tell when I wake up in the morning what done went on, who done tried to access me. I can tell when I wake up in the morning. And I think it's important to have them mojo bags, man, them grist bags. Put them grist bags, tie them to your bedpost, put them under the bed. Them saltwater bowls and stuff, man. Make sure you do that because people, but saltwater bowls, you know what I'm saying? There's another airtight way of doing it because I'm telling you, they are traveling a lot. Okay. Seen a lot of, I know, Kelly. I know you were telling me about it. So, yeah. And so, it's very positive. What I don't like about spirit walkers is when they don't like a person and they try to make that person sick. Because if you're sick spiritually, you're going to be sick physically. Okay. And I'm talking about sick, either, mentally or physically, to the point where you just, you're just like, I'm dying. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And it takes a while to heal. It does. And, I feel like getting away from them energetically. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody that's doing that, step away from them energetically. honestly. And a person doesn't have to be rich. They ain't got to be rich. Spirit walkers ain't always rich. In fact, they wouldn't know how to manifest. Being somebody that can manifest versus just being a spirit walker, two different things. Because a person is going to do probably whatever is in their nature. People have different things that in their nature. So if you a spirit walker, why don't you walk your spirit and go find some, you know what I'm saying? Go find something. You know what I'm saying? I'm so helpful, and I really am such a very, very nice person. But I'm not gonna help them. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's pretty. It's pretty horrible to do that. Okay, that's pretty horrible. Protect your house. The pentagram. I can't tell y'all this. Get some pentagrams for your house. But see, sometimes, if you are not careful, the pentagram could possibly increase that. That's just like if you use something like copal resin. What does copal resin do? Copal resin actually opens up the door to the spirit realm. Okay, it does. It opens up the doorway. Sage will open up the doorway, especially white sage will open up doorways to the spirit realm. Okay, so that's why it's a good idea to use it. You have to know what the heck you are doing. People will be like, "Ooh, sage, sage, sage," but what are you actually doing? Or are you leading and directing that energy to go? Just going, "Oh, I'm putting sage on myself." Mm-mm. Sage is amazing. It cleans the air. It cleans bacteria out of the air. It heals. Sage is amazing, just like mugwort is, okay? And mugwort is a very, very, very important ingredient. In fact, mugwort is so important that before the end of this month, way before Halloween, I'm going to come back and we're going to do some soap making. We're going to make some mugwort soap. Because mugwort is really good for, if it's good for if you are a spirit walker, and it's good for if you're dealing with other spirit walkers. You know what I'm saying? So, just make sure that y'all understand that, all areas. Like, for example, if you are constantly doing reversals, return to sender, it ain't always about return to sender. It ain't even always about cleanses. It's about what they can do in real time. Some of them can hop, skip, and jump and be sitting in your living room within seconds. Within seconds, they could be sitting in your living room and you won't even see them because, some of them don't want to be seen. But a lot of y'all third eye is like on point and you can see them. That's where you get the shadow people. Okay, so y'all third eye be on like y'all be on it. Okay, you see something out the corner of your eye, you get to be, y'all better exit ASAP. Okay. I like playing that song sometimes when I'm cleaning and smudging my house by T.I. Okay. Yeah. Because, you don't want something like that invading on you or watching you. You know what I'm saying? And you want to keep stuff like that out. Just because it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. It ain't that you got something to hide. It's just creepy. Okay. It is. It's very, very creepy. And so we're going to also talk about shapeshifters. And shapeshifters, we're going to talk about that in the next episode, okay? Yeah, sage is really good. Dragon's blood and mugwort is my go-to. Like for some reason, mugwort, but sage too. Sage is pretty good too. I like sage a lot. In fact, I gotta get me some more sage. I don't know how I did a herb haul and I forgot sage. I don't know how I did that. It's weird. But I like mugwort a lot. Mugwort is something that you either gonna love or hate. Depends on what your relationship with it is. What happened to my mugwort? I had some in here. Must be in the living room. I also really, really like skullcap. Okay, so you can fight off the effects with some skullcap, some mugwort, even valerian root. That's one of my favorite herbs is valerian root. But why keep dealing with that over and over and over and over again? I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to go through it over and over again. I'd rather do something to nix the problem. Wouldn't y'all? Okay. What happened to my mugwort? I went in there to get it and I was thinking, okay, maybe it's in the living room, but it's not in there because I was going to burn some. A lot of times when I go live, I will burn mugwort because all this ether. The internet is connected to the spirit realm, y'all. So, have I lost my mind? I lost my mind. That's that big old thing of St. John's wort that I got. Here's the seaweed. Where is my mugwort? Really? I'm gonna find it and burn some before I take it upstairs. I wonder if I got a big brand new thing of mugwort. This is weird. Hold on, y'all. Now I'm just obsessed with it. I must find it. Y'all know what I would like to do, but I can't right now. I would love to, just take a long vacation from the internet or just, kind of away. Seriously. This is kind of crazy. There's my chamomile. My mugwort is like y'all. I'm not kidding with you because and you know what? Here I am trying to be cute, trying to straighten up. What I did was I straightened up my kitchen table earlier, and now I done hid my stuff from myself. I done hid it from myself. What I do with it? Very, very strange and bizarre that I can't find my mugwort. Anyway, I think it's worth it to learn about those things, whether or not you practice Ifa, hoodoo. I noticed that a lot of people that don't know about all of these strange and unusual things, they just seem to always be getting creamed in the spiritual warfare. Y'all, I am like really, really astounded by the fact that, and it's a big thing of it. It's in a white and green package. And it seems to have literally grew legs and walked away. All of my other herbs are up here. The big old thing is St. John's wort. It's up here on my shelf. Everything is up here. Chamomile, the turmeric I was using last night. Everything is up here except for my mugwort. That is so weird. It must not be in here then. It couldn't be. Couldn't be. That is so weird. Very, very strange. Well, I suppose I'll find it at some point. Let me look over here in my cabinet real quick. Yeah, very, very bizarre and strange. It's definitely not under here. Weird. Well, I ain't gonna drive myself nuts. Bet you it's somewhere in here if it's not in there. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Here's the copal. There it is. Literally sitting right in front of me. Yeah, you can use mugwort as a tea. Absolutely, but I like burning stuff because of the smoke. But mugwort can be taken internally, and it's very, very good for relaxation. In fact, you can put mugwort, bags like in a gris bag or a mojo bag. You can put mugwort under your pillow, and it will protect you from, you know, from those traveling, evil spirits. That way when you go to sleep at night, you wake up, you feel refreshed. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to send I have to do it. Just little gift bags to, friends and family. For protection. I think that it is extremely important to be concerned about protection while you sleep. Okay. Not just while you're awoke, but while you're asleep. Okay. That's really, really important. Yeah. Really? That is so weird, Jen, because I'm burning it right now. I'm burning some mugwort right now, and I guess it would depend on what brand you have. This one is pretty good, and this is non GMO too. Relieve stress and improve sleep. But why? Why does it relieve stress and improve your sleep? Because you ain't got them little boogers and buggers. Okay. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Next up, we're going to talk about shapeshifters. And what I know about shapeshifters will be coming up. Okay. All right. So if y'all new here, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate y'all coming through. I've been wanting to talk about certain spiritual stuff all day. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's a stick. Okay. It's a stick. So you need get you some loose mugwort, or you know what I'll do sometimes with those sticks. I'll take my charcoal disc and I will put my charcoal disc, I'll just break a little bit off of it and put it in my charcoal disc or on my charcoal disc. Yeah. Yeah, break it apart. Yes, ma'am. Put it on your charcoal. Mm-hmm. But like I said, mugwort, to me, it's very different from sage because mugwort it's an amazing must-have herb because I don't feel mugwort does what it does. No matter what, mugwort is gonna do it. Okay, so unlike copal, Like if you burn some copal, this is a gateway. Will open up gateways. Okay. And it's great for consecrating. It's great for purification. You have to be very specific. You know, you don't want to just go burning this stuff and, you know, with no intent. You know, that's why I kind of like, you know how like when you see people, when you see gas stations and stuff and they will have dragon's blood. It's not authentic dragon's blood usually unless it's some good stuff. But, you know, if you're going to burn dragon's blood, even if it's 1% dragon's blood resin, you got to understand that you may be opening up doorways. Okay. And yeah, it'll, you know, burning dragon's blood will bring money. Burning copal will bring money to you. Those things will bring money. But you have to be mindful of the gateways that you are opening. Okay. So anyway, thank you for watching. I will see y'all later. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all sleep well, okay? Because I know I'm going to sleep good. Okay. All right, y'all. Blessings.